Hi, traders. Wyckoff, AMTrader here, editor of the Emini market timing newsletter, the AM Turn, in your email inbox before the opening bell. Imagine how your life could change if you knew whether the high or the low of the day could be in the beginning or the end of the trading day. Here's how my subscribers to the AM Turn's trading changed. Before we get to that, here's a disclaimer. Yes, I have skin in the game. I trade my own personal account. Sardine, tuna, billfish trades are for educational purposes only. I am not a futures broker and do not manage any accounts. It is my intent to show where trades may occur. What you do is up to you. You can follow my levels ideas to profit or loss. You determine trade size, when, where, how you trade. CFD futures is not for everyone. It's a volatile, complex, and risky business. Before you invest, know how much you can afford to lose. Okay, hello and welcome. I'm Wyckoff Traders with today's early read. Obviously, we're looking at 9:02. We got a lot of moving parts on a Friday, so we apologize we didn't get the market recap out as we anticipated over the night, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and roll with it. Let's take a look and see what's going on here. Let's get to the bigger picture. This is what happened in the Wyckoff wave, as you can see. I've got mixed emotions. They're saying this has to do with something that had to do with Gilead Sciences accidentally releasing a release on the World Health Organization. It kind of smacks like what a composite man would say myself, but that's okay. It really got a rip in the Dow futures. It was like 338 points. I think it was 32 points for the S&P. And like I said, you should see a couple of things here. Now that we're trying to move up, there's a little tightening. The ease of movement is not as free as it was to the downside. So we'll give it a couple of weeks. If not, we'll need to adjust this back. It was 6.6 a factor. On the news, obviously they're saying the Wall Street's going to open up. Let me get rid of the thing here. Wall Street's going to open up, and the controvirus status. It's always going to be controvirus. Look at the previous news. We'll go all the way. European shares set for a cautious start. Asian shares are worried. It's a bit of a mixed open, obviously. The DAX, virus words return. It's all going to be about the virus. CAC slides. The virus worries. European shares slide as something disappoints. Not what you want to see, but then when we get to Wall Street opens moderately up. Now, as I said, we'll go ahead and take a look what we had going on here in the E-mini. I need to rewrite this. It's a little bit slower than I would have wanted. The database is pretty much chock full of too much data. But we'll get it. I think we'll go ahead and bring that in. This is the Wyckoff wave, and of course, this here is the E-mini, and kind of the same thing. It just looks too convenient to me. Someone seemed to think it had to do with, I believe it was Intel that had a report that didn't favor too well. We had two trades from yesterday since this is already up. That was the first trade. I believe we took a 4-point loss on that one. And this would have been the second trade. It was somewhere there. I think it was 33, 32. Still not happy, but you can see that the volume is very light. That had been the closing mark. And it's like 7,000. Here we go. 3,900, 7,100, 7,100. And then, of course, 47,000. And then the algos popped it up a little bit more to freak everybody else out of the trade on 9,000. Then we fell apart and capitulated 31 handles. So today, a little suspicious of this. And right now we're trading 28.06. And if you recall, 2 days ago, I talked about the 28.08 being the major demarcation line. Still seem to be dancing around that 38.08 line. And we'll see how that's going to play out. We had a rally from 27.55-ish over Globex and, of course, 27.70. And now they had a good, strong drive up. And we're coming in, as I said before, that potential demarcation line. It's looking more like supply to me now that we had that big nonsense that happened yesterday, somewhere around there. So I guess right now we're trading somewhere like this in this area right now, just to let you know. Levels we have for today, we're looking at 28.17, 28.29, 28.36, and 28.49. Obviously, the 17, that's pretty much where the start. You took a couple of ways you can look at this. You can say, okay, there's some bigger players that had some major supply they wanted to get off right here. Guys, I don't care what you say. This is in the middle of the slog, and that looks like within 2 minutes on a minute bar, you tore price up that bad on that kind of volume. That's not a bullish story, all right? And so at that point, if they did want to unload some major size, obviously then the algos, and I really can't tell you because I only look at the closes on these, and I can only tell you we'll remove the volume. I think that still works. Yeah, the volume, and understand this is 6 times smaller than what it normally used to be. I'll say it again. This is 6 times smaller than what it normally used to be, and it's that big. If we had it in a normal trading like in January, this would have went off the charts from the top to the bottom. And so obviously we can see that price ratcheted and recovered because that's what price is going to do when you get itself oversold. But my question is, now we're selling and we're trading at this point right here. So if we keep going up from effort versus result standpoint, we'd want to see increasing volume taking that out, not decreasing volume. That'd be more of a bearish story. And Wyckoff wasn't about the bulls or the bears, just buying pressure and selling pressure. So that's where we're coming at. It's 28, 29. That would have been pretty much the top where they first threw mama from the train, as WB would used to say. The first arrow right here, let's just say. And then, of course, 28.36. That's the bigger picture where you're really expecting a lot of things happen. That would be happening from the first of yesterday's high. And then, of course, 28.49. From the bearish standpoint, can I say this? From the long standpoint, it's kind of traded over what Globax was doing. As you can see, 27.93, 27.78-ish. That had been the top of that particular all Globax range. Some of it's blurring over into the real-time cash, but for the most part, it's more Globax. And then 68, and of course to 59. My lean is still that there's selling pressure on the market. It is a S3L day, so we'd have that potential for that wild card day. And that's a Friday, end of the day. And with the wild card, obviously this is going to be cut out from YouTube, but WB called it a wild card because... Sorry, traders. This is for the WB proprietary work only. Just drop us an email at YouTube@Wyckoff AMTrader.com, and we'll get you on. All right, traders, let's get you going on here. This is Wyckoff AMTrader. If you get a chance, we got this here in the opening print that I do for Friday. Mr. Topsit really does a great job. I'm really happy with that. And of course, that's the link that we had. And if you get a chance, you do want to read this. I'll click on it. Not that it was so good, but it was some good writing as far as putting in perspective of what changes we're looking at and how the world has changed. So if you get a chance, definitely try to read that. And I didn't have any sales thing, but really that broke my heart. Like I said, if you haven't already subscribed, I do appreciate everyone that has. Go ahead and click on that link when you go to the website. Go ahead and subscribe and like the videos. I mean, I'll say it. It was January the 21st, first time that got on my radar. And it got on my radar because a lot of Asian people were wearing masks here in Denver, Colorado, and I couldn't figure it out. I tried to talk to them, but they played like they couldn't speak English. Asian and European are lower due to a virus sweeping China. 4 have died so far. Travelers are avoiding the Asian lands. And now we're looking at, I put it in bold. Here we go. 2.7 million have been infected, 191,000 have been in deaths, and we didn't put it in, so that's 2 Fridays ago or 2 weeks ago, we've had over 1.1 infections and 95,000 deaths. And it started with 4 people on January the 21st. So I'm a little shocked by that. Here, there's opening print, AM turn, and same levels we were talking about here. Just to let you know, sometimes they're not as, I need to get the newsletter out earlier, so I don't always get the latest feed. If it doesn't, I'll give you a little banner right here. But it's all country virus, death tolls, 50,000, global 191,000. And that shouldn't be any surprising fact. U.S. futures suggest Wall Street might open moderately. Dow futures are at 147, S&P 500 gaining 18. So once again, that kind of gives you an idea. And of course, you can see we're at 0.5%. And of course, coming a little bit off, well, from the lows there, I'm coming off of that high. I pretty much gave you the detail on that. And like I said, if you can't get access to that, go ahead and give me an email and I'll see what I can do. Let's see here. Yep, we'll call it a wrap. I think I did everything I wanted to do. This is Wyckoff Trader signing off for the early read. We're looking at, I got the New York time here and everything. All my clock is set for New York time anyway. Looking at the early read at 9:13. So traders, be nimble, be quick. Don't let the market make you